Well, hello there again. Uh, One, I want to thank all the people who made my last video an absolute viral success. I got over 100 views, which for me is tremendous. So thank you all for that. But I got some interesting feedback on it where a lot of people were really we got really excited about the video in some of the things that I said, and I wanted to help clarify a little bit of what I was trying to convey. And we'll just jump right into it. Is one, I talked about how I didn't think golfers needed to be fit for clubs. And if you listened in a little bit further down, because I've only watched it once or twice, I started talking about the statistics and the data that comes out of a fitting. So what I'm talking about is how many golfers, or the golfer who needs to jump on a TrackMan or a Flight Scope and get fitted for equipment. And I feel like that's a very small minority of golfers that can use that sort of detailed information. I think everyone can use a little bit of fitting in a sense that if you're right or left-handed, are you tall or short? Are you a male or female? Are you strong or weak? Okay, those are the ways that I was fit growing up, that I still can fit most people. Club manufacturers build golf clubs at a certain standard spec because it fits a whole lot of people. That's one thing that I had a great conversation, an opportunity to sit down in a roundtable discussion with someone who fits for a company on a national level. And someone asked them that to say, hey, I do a lot of fittings and I get a lot of people who really don't need adjusted. And they're like, it's because we've already done that research. We kind of know where clubs need to be so that they fit most people. So that's what we're talking about fitting. When I say people don't necessarily need to get fit for clubs, it's about getting on that TrackMan, because I don't know that they can get enough good information on shots that will actually help them get superior performance out of that club. Very small percentile. So let's dive into that. So how many golfers really do suck? Because that's the word I use, right? Golfers suck. There's about 30 million golfers in the United States of America. And when we find the average handicap, according to the USGA, it's around like 15, 16. That's their index. However, it's not a great statistic because there's only about 1.5, 1.6 million people who track their handicap out of those 30 million. So that's about 5% of all golfers. I got notes, I can't remember this stuff. 5% of all golfers that actually track a handicap that we're basing that average off of. So that's not even a great average. We're talking about 15 or 16. But that's around bogey golf probably for most people. Of those 1.5 million people, the USGA did a study and said about 13% of them can, on their best day, shoot sub 80, okay, which is the golfer that I think has the opportunity to actually improve performance when they get properly or technologically fit for equipment. So that 13% equates to about 208,000 people, which if we back that up to how many people can actually break 80 on their best day out of every golfer in America, it is 0.007% of golfers. And I think the people that the or the golfers that the people who got a little excited about this video run into on a daily basis are probably in that 208,000. I think most of us who are PGA professionals, who are at golf courses, who develop a relationship with people who want to get good at their game, who want to get fit for clubs, are in that very, very, very small percentile of players. The vast majority of golfers are not very good at golf. Do they have fun? Do they try hard? Yes. Are they out there for relaxation? Are they out there for just hanging out with their friends, kicking back, having a couple of beers, which, again, that was part of my video in the last one, have some fun. That's what they're doing, okay? They're not super concerned with taking down the spin ratio on their driver when they hit it absolutely perfect, especially when we're talking about they only do that 1 out of 40 swings. I had a playing lesson this morning, and we played 9 holes. Actually, we played about 13 holes, and I can say myself, I did not hit one tee shot as I intended it to be hit. So even though I have clubs that are fit for me, that I know can spit out almost perfect numbers for what I can do with a golf club, I didn't hit one of them good. Okay, so that tells me that, am I even good enough to be fit on TrackMan? I don't think so. I went down to Nike and got fit at the oven about probably 5, 6 years ago, and I felt like I was wasting the fitter's time. This is a guy who has worked with Rory McIlroy, who worked with Tiger Woods, who worked with Michelle Wie, who worked with Tony Finau, who just finished runner-up on the PGA Tour. And this is a guy who was trying to fit me for golf clubs when I couldn't put, you know, 2 out of 10 swings on a 7 iron remotely close to each other. And I had, and I'm not saying my game was bad, but I had been working on it. And the same went for the driver. And he said, we're going to probably find some things that, will do good for you. But as I'm watching you swing, you're hitting some good shots, but you're kind of changing it a little bit. We can see you're changing your angle of approach. We see you're changing your launch angles. And when he fits people, he said, and he wasn't being derogatory towards me. He said when Rory McIlroy steps up, they don't change anything. They hit the same shot every time, and that's how we dial them in, and that's how they get peak performance. So if you want to get fit, if you want to go jump on a TrackMan and you're a 32 handicap, go do it. It's fine. Do I honestly believe, and this is just my opinion, that you're going to gain a lot of information, a lot of performance out of your clubs as that? I don't think so. I think you may find something that day that you hit really good, but you've got to go to the range. You've got to hone a craft. You've got to get better at swinging that stick, or else it's not going to perform for you at all. Okay, so go out there, practice, have fun, get fit for clubs if you want. I think you could probably fit most golfers. Again, we're talking about that 208,000. Outside of that, the other 29.7 million golfers that don't track a handicap and can't break 80. So if anyone has any questions for me or want to discuss this further, hey, post a video back to me, comment below, subscribe. I think that's what the kids do now. I don't have any subscribers. No one watches this. Actually, I guess some people are watching it. But that's all. So get out, have some fun, do whatever you want to do for equipment. Buy some Scotty Pimpern putters. I love them. They're fun. None of these fit me. They're all too long, I think. Well, according to how I got fit, I still can't make a 3-footer when the pressure's on. Oh well. Hey, have fun.